So a friend of mine came up to me today and said her daughter, who's at university, is changing her major to get a degree in the ethics of AI and data analytics. She's like, Kyler, do you actually think being in the industry that she's going to get a job with that? As a parent, she was nervous. And honestly, I get that. So hard to be a parent right now in this new, digital world. Whether your kid is in college or in kindergarten, how do you help them integrate AI, machine learning, coding into their daily life safely while giving them the skills that they need for this future of work? A few other times in history, honestly, have we seen a shift in the workforce this big, right? Remember when our parents had no idea how to use the internet and now we use it every day, all day, at home and at work? That's the kind of leap that we're going through. If you had someone in an interview that says, I don't know how to use the internet, you'd be like, okay, why are you even here? So I hear you. And this, nervousness is so valid, like my friend had for her daughter. So as a parent of a 5 and 6 year old, and someone that helps build STEM curriculum at universities around the world, I thought I'd just take a second and share the top 5 ways I'm getting my own kids and my students, my interns, AI ready, and see if that might be helpful. As always, it doesn't matter what I say, right? It matters what we talk about as a community that turns the fear of AI into an opportunity to help our kids learn it safely. So I invite you, as always, to add to my list in the comments. Before I get into it, I always think it's important to help talk about why this matters. Most experts agree, industry analysts, that over half of the jobs that today's students will have, even by 2030, don't exist yet. I get questions all the time. Should I steer them towards renewable energy or, semiconductors or all those things? And it's not about one specific industry, right? It's about building the fundamentals of learning to embrace technology as opposed to fear it. So number one, make it fun, right? We have video game culture all over us. Make the games that your kids play coding based. There's many different types of gamification platforms for kids as young as 4, and they don't even have to be able to read yet. They're just learning things like sequencing and logic, and it's making them develop those problem solving skills. Code Monkey is something my kids really like. Even for my 5-year-old that's still learning to read, there's things like arrows and different visual coding that goes into creating that overall mindset for her. For slightly older kids, there's really fun games. Like, I think that Minecraft Junior Education Edition is a great opportunity to kind of get that intro. There's Scratch Junior. There's all kinds of different games. If you have questions about your specific child, you are more than welcome to DM me, and I can, try and advise the best I can. Goal for them, right, is to understand things like pattern recognition and cause and effect when it comes to outcomes, which is exactly the core logic behind AI systems. Number 2 is make sure that you're engaging with your kids' school, whether you're homeschooled, whether you go to private school, public school, whatever, right? And you're bridging that gap at home because they're probably using a lot more technology than you realize. Ask teachers, administration, how they're introducing this digital literacy, coding literacy in the classroom. Is it through robotics, block coding, or maybe even just simple logic games? This is a life skill we're building. And if they're not sure how to answer you, think about ways that you can get in there, especially as IT professionals on this channel, and help build out that program for them. Once you learn what sequencing they're using at school, you can help to build that out at home. So important, like we have in industry, to have these camps and clubs and outside communities where they can learn these types of things in a safe space. If you don't have one, you can create one. I've done it, and I think it's a great opportunity for you to get involved in your community as well. Number 3, make it hands-on, for sure. Take something that your kid loves and help them build around it so they can see the finished product. Your kid's really into dinosaurs, you can help them build a dinosaur habitat on a coding app like Scratch Junior. Animate things like my son did, like a T-Rex adventure. Say they love music, you can use an app like Makey Makey that turns all of these everyday objects into instruments. If they're into space, like my son, you can build a rocket out of cardboard and use an app like Tinker to actually code a launch sequence on a tablet. And for those of you being like, that's cool, Kyler, but I don't work for NASA. It's not what you think. You can do it if you can use this app, I promise you. Number 4 is make them financially literate. It's kind of like duh, right? But the way that technology is changing so fast, we still learn that money is the baseline for everything. In this digital economy that's built around digital currency, it's so critical that your kids understand that. There's so many apps that can help them. I'm sure your bank even has them when it comes to learning how money grows and appreciates over time. I'm not talking about just like the basic allowance, but how they make good financial choices and understand the logic behind that. My kids do their chores every week. They get a certain amount of allowance and they track it via a digital app so they can see a direct correlation between the technology and money. And that's really, again, we're just talking about foundational skills here. Number 5, and I would say probably critically most important, has 0 to do with technology, make them bored. If every moment is filled with screens, even good kinds, right? Schedules, stimulation, the brain doesn't get any area to create. Think about your work process, right? Sometimes you need to step away from your computer screen so you can really think through a very hard strategic problem. Boredom is really where that imagination starts, when we start creating something from nothing. In my house, I think about this, half hour of no stimulation as innovation in training. That might sound super cheesy, but it keeps me sane because they're driving me crazy. Building forts, making up games, drawing, whatever. Those are how true problem solving skills are built, and where we're not looking to a machine to solve all of our problems. That's how you become irreplaceable in the workforce. As always, love to hear your ideas in the comments. If you found this helpful, I can do more content on how you raise an AI healthy kid. This is a new frontier for all of us. So when we talk about it more in an open and creative forum, then we can come together and share those best practices as a community.